Hi, it's Jason from drpremed.com. I want to talk to you about your personal statement. Yes, that essay that decides whether you get into medical school or not. You have 5,300 characters to make your case for getting into medical school. For a lot of pre med students, this is very difficult. You don't know how to get started, you're not sure what goes into a good essay, and you just have a lot of questions about, is this good enough? Does this make sense? What are the adcoms going to think about my personal statement? Well, I want to share with you that I'm an expert at editing personal statements. So if you need help with your personal statement, I'm the person to do that for you. I've edited and reviewed hundreds of personal statements over the years, and I can say that the students who work with me, they get acceptances into the top medical schools, they get into post-bac programs, wherever they need to go, I make it happen for them because I know what goes into a personal statement that's going to get you the results that you want. You need to get into medical school, so you need to have a great personal statement, and I'll help you do that. There's a lot of things that are under the radar that you don't know about that go in your personal statement. The one thing that students forget is that your personal statement, in most cases, are to sell yourself to the reader. Whoever's reading your personal statement, are they read hundreds of statements each day, and are you going to be the one that they remember at 2 in the morning, the one that jolts them up and says, you know what? I really want to meet this person. And what they mean by meeting you in person is that they want to invite you to a medical school interview. That's what you want to happen. How you go about that really matters. I always tell students, no matter what you do, you need to have a very engaging and interactive opening statement to your personal statement, because when you read so many of these, sometimes you get bogged down in the details and it's not going to get you where you need to be. So make sure you put everything into the opening statement of your personal statement. And don't try to cover too much material when you're doing your personal statement. I say keep it to 2 to 3 topics at most. And you want to make that the meat of your essay. And then you want to recap everything in the final paragraph, and then also sell yourself to the medical school as well in that final paragraph of how you're going to make a great addition to their medical school and what they bring to the table. I have a little different process when I go through personal statements. I'm not reading or just checking for grammar or spelling. You can find anybody who can do that for you. But I'm going to give you insider advice, insider tips that only somebody who's been in medical school, seeing what goes on in the admissions committee can do for you. Because what some people might think is a great essay isn't really a great essay. There's many topics that students write about, and they think it's novel, they think it's unique, they think they're going to stand out with that topic. And I come back to these students, I say, no, you need to change this, you need to start over, because we see this all the time. You're just one out of hundreds, thousands of personal statements who all have that same topic. For instance, a lot of students like to tell me how they shadow Dr. Jones and they want to be just like Dr. Jones because Dr. Jones is compassionate, he spends time with his patients, he reviews the charts, he talks to the family members, and just everybody at the hospital loves Dr. Jones. And people think those are great to put in your personal statement. I actually want to tell you that's one of the worst things that you can do. You know why? Because basically, what you're doing is you're telling me everything about Dr. Jones, how great, how special they are, but it doesn't give me any information about you. And that's not what you want to do. You have to remember your personal statement serves one and only one purpose: to convince the reader that you're worthy of being invited to a medical school interview. You need to keep that in mind when you're going through your personal statement. If you want somebody on your team, on your side, who's going to get you those type of results, then you definitely want to reach out to me, Jason at drpremed.com, and I can really sit down with you. We can come up with a plan, a strategy to really take your personal statement to the next level. And if you're not really sure of what a personal statement can do for you, I want to let you know this: when you're applying to medical school, your MCAT's the number one factor. Then comes your GPA. So those are numbers. At this point, your numbers are pretty much set. They're not going to change no matter what you do. You can potentially retake the MCAT, but I don't advise. I want you to do well the first time around. So you know what that means? It's your personal statement. And what AdComs will let you know is All things being equal between two applicants, basically those with the same numbers, the same scores, they're going to use your personal statement as a deciding factor of who they're going to admit. So you want to take your personal statement extremely seriously. And I do an excellent job on my personal statement, over 90% success rate of getting students into medical school. So if you want to join Elite Club and get into medical school, I encourage you to reach out to me, Jason at drpremed.com, and I can get to work helping you with your personal statement. And I really edit and revise that personal statement. You might come to me with one draft, and by the end of it, it's going to be totally reworked, different in ways that you never even thought or dreamed possible. But when you see the final product, you're going to be wowed, you're going to be amazed, and you're going to realize this was good money spent because it's going to get you into medical school. And you have to realize with your personal statement, you have one chance to make a first impression on AdComs, and also that statement goes out to all the medical schools. Even if you decide to add medical schools later on in the application process, they're still going to have that original statement. So if there's an error in there, everybody's going to see it. And people might think you're lazy, you're inattentive because there's errors in your personal statement. You don't want that to happen. And I'm going to be the guy who's fact checking, going through line by line to make sure that doesn't happen. And so I encourage you to reach out to me because I want you to be successful. And a personal statement you have 100% control over. It's not a surprise. You just need to know how to do it and write it in the best way possible so that when an AdCom reads your personal statement, they understand why you want to go into medicine and why you should be privileged by being accepted into medical school. And I'm looking forward to helping you on your journey to medical school. Thanks.